Okay, what's up, guys? This is Coach Brad. I'm bringing you a standing version, 4 moves that will help correct anterior pelvic tilt. So I'm calling this my APT standing paradigm. So corrective exercise paradigm. We're going to start ball on the wall, behind the low back. And just like people normally would do pelvic tilts to round their back into the ball, most people would do that by squeezing the glutes and tucking the tail under, so to speak. I want you to try to pull your abs in, like you're pulling your rib cage and your pelvis closer. It's not a very big movement. You should exhale as you crunch. It's like 1/10 of a crunch, right? Okay, so it's all abs, no glutes. Okay, so it's a standing pelvic tilt, but it's done with just abdominal contraction. You can do 15 of those. We're going to drop the ball. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch, hands on the wall, both knees bent, feet split front to back, and both heels down. All you're going to do here, now you're going to do all glutes. You're going to squeeze like you're tucking your tail under. Tuck and hold. I want you to hold this for 30 seconds. I don't care if it hurts, you got to hold it. You're going to feel a stretch only on the back leg, probably the top half to top third of the thigh. It may run all the way up into the groin. It's supposed to. We're trying to release the hip flexor muscles. Okay, so 30 seconds. This is relaxed. This is under tension. Barely any movement, right? It's not much. Squeeze and hold 30 seconds. If you can, try to tighten your abdominals at the same time as you're squeezing your glutes. So here and here, you should feel tension. You'll get more out of the stretch that way. If you can't do both, only worry about the glute. Okay, 30-second hold. That's your hip flexor stretch. So that's your second one out of the way. Third one, we're going to do a standing hamstring stretch. You're going to split the feet apart like so. You're going to allow the back knee to bend, and you're going to allow your hips to fold and drop backward. Put light pressure, both hands, just above your kneecap, not on it, but right above it. And keep your back slightly arched. In other words, try to shoulders back and try to hold your chest up and out. If you collapse over like this, you won't feel any stretch. Okay, I already feel the stretch, and I'm feeling it in the back of this leg. You'll only feel it in the forward leg. So this is a standing hamstring stretch. Those of you with theater experience know that the way they bow at the end of a Shakespearean play is something like this. Not traditional, like this. Okay? Let's fold the back knee, drop the hips back. This forward leg stays straight, back is slightly arched. Now, just like the hip flexor stretch, I would expect you to hold this for 30 seconds. Otherwise, you're not going to get a proper release of the muscle. So go ahead and push through that stretch. Just maintain that. If you don't have a timer nearby, 6 to 7 slow, deep breaths should be about 30 seconds worth. Okay, that's the third one, the standing hamstring stretch. Last one, you're going to need a midpoint if you have it. So if you have an exercise bike on premises, you can hook this around the handlebars of the bike. If you have something lower, like the leg of a couch, something that will not move, it can't be a chair, it's got to be something very heavy that won't move. You're going to attach a tubing or a band. This one doesn't have handles on it, obviously, so I looped it around itself, as you can see. If you do have handles, you can loop them both around here. And what you're going to do is step into the loop so that it's just below belt height. Walk out a little ways. Fold at the waist, bend the knees. Stand and push the hips forward by squeezing the glutes. Okay, so this is a standing band-resisted hip hinge. as you push those hips forward, you'll feel that tension pulling you back, and you'll feel that you've got that resistance to work against. Squeeze, easy back and down, squeeze and hold. So it's just a second or two. And that's going to be 15 reps as well. That's the whole thing. 4 moves. Stretch for hamstring, stretch for hip flexor, abdominal activation, glute activation. Okay, there you go. Good luck.